Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. It is I, and I is playing. I'm playing Infect today, as I announced earlier. Let's see. We're playing Aron Baric, something. Liz from the Invitational. Yeah, it's not my type of deck, certainly not, but you know, do what you got to do. If it's well positioned, and it might be right now, and we're playing against a lot of Tron or something, and we might be able to punish them. 21 lands, which is quite a lot, I feel. But let us see. Alright, our first game. And we're definitely going to be on the play. And since we have the Moth Nexus, I think this looks like a keep, right? I mean, I wouldn't know, but I think this looks like a keep. I knew it. I fucking knew it, guys. Yes. Yes. Freaking Tron, guys. We don't have a turn 3 kill though. Need to wait to turn 4. Hopefully that's not... well... oh, it goes quarter, probably. Yeah, oh no, Noses Tower. Alright. So how does this work? Yeah, main phase, right? Alright, that's 6. And if he doesn't have N, I was gonna say N, a ghost quarter here, then that's probably already it. Oh man, I love this. I really love this. I mean, the deck probably also has its, you know, folds and pitfalls. But right now, looks pretty good. Doo-dum. Sad. So, I have no clue if one boards. So this member is probably not going to be a good card here. One half Spell Pierce. Apostle's Blessing is a... Distortion Strike might be relevant in case they come around with like a Wonka engine. Shape of Sanctuary, probably not, right? Nature's Claim might be good. Oh man, I should have read a sideboard guide before playing the deck. Maybe you also just want to go like as fast as possible, but I think Spell pierces sound pretty good. Maybe just one Nature's Claim. Yeah, I mean, I guess that Guys of Centroft is just too slow to be of relevance here. Yep, that is also a keep. So do we lead with the Noble Hierarch? If he has a Dismember, that would probably not turn out well. On the other hand, we have an Enigma of Nexus as well. But next turn we could go play Glistener Elf and Spellskite as a backup. And then we have 2 Might of Old Crozas plus Noble Hierarch, so we have a turn 3 kill. I think that's fine. Sure. Alright, so we found stuff to do, and it already looked like it beforehand. So I'm happy that we sequenced it this way. Just makes our hand somewhat faster. Walking Ballista, that's not a bad card. But we do have Mutagenic Growth. And he needs to use it now, yeah. Alright. Oh guys, feels good to be bad. We want to be on the play. Ah, what a hand. To be honest, this looks like a tough keep as well. Alright. Otherwise I would have fetched for a Dry Arbor, and that might have also worked out fine. Of course, we're leaning a lot on Becoming Man's here to be good. And if our opponent, like blue-black's usually not a good sign for us, no matter if they're playing Failed Push or something else. Thought Scour or a Fatal Push. So apparently we're playing the deck that we usually play now. No, it's actually Grix's Shadow. Coming around with an Ugoma gang now. That was actually quite lucky that he got something there. Okay, we could try to connect here, of course, but then we would need to waste a groundswell in order to like trade. That doesn't sound very good. On the other hand, during the next turn we have 2 lethal attackers potentially. Because we can go fetch, have 4 in our graveyard, groundswell 5, and then for 1/1 each. Another fatal push, man. This dude's lucky, man. Okay, he doesn't attack. Alright, now we will attack into the angler. And if he doesn't block, he's just straight up dead. A bolt as well? No, dismember. Well. If we go become immense here, then we're practically out of gas. He's super lucky that he has so many removal spells here, but I think we should still go for it. Though I actually don't think that that Shadow here is a good matchup. Though maybe we can get them with Guys of St. Troft. That might be a possibility. So let's see what happens if they do have a Snapcaster Mage. And they fail push us. So maybe we just want to attack with Noble Hierarch. It doesn't really matter if our Noble dies, then we also only have 1 point of damage. Could also have a Kolgan's Command, of course. Sure. He's opting. Does he have another removal spell in hand? That'd be absolutely bonkers. Yeah, 3 fatal pushes, 2 dismembers. We already ran into 2 fatal pushes and 1 dismember. They have a little bit more, but that's like the biggest part of it. I mean, if he does have another removal spell, that has to be also a dismember. Yeah, sure. Let's have it stick around. So the good thing about this is that most of his top decks are just dead cards. Because he really only has that wasn't well played. Another dismember, it's just insane. Just insane. Here comes another, alright. Now we have to be a little careful. Not to die on one swing. He's playing 2 Timo Battle Rages, so that could definitely be the case here. He could also have, he probably holds 1 Stubborn Denial at least. Four of them have 5 removal spells here. Alright, it doesn't attack. We also cannot attack yet. Being a 3-3, we have Distortion Strike, but we probably have to build up to it. Alright, this could just be lethal. But how are we preventing lethal? Use up 2, 3, then Battle Rages. That's a 20-20. Even if we block with a 3-3, we would need to block with all 3 of our creatures, and yeah. No, if we die, we die. Alright, pump this. He definitely has a Stubborn Denial in hands. Maybe we should have played it in our mate phase just to check out if he does have a stubborn. Yeah, that was maybe not so good. Small sequencing error here. And by now we're pretty far behind. Does that help us in any way or form? No. I mean, we could try to attack, of course. But even so, wouldn't do anything. Alright. First loss with the new deck. And despite my small error there, we wouldn't have won it. Probably won that one. Apostle's Blessing seems to be a good card here. Spell Pierce also very good. Relic of Progenitus, and I also want to have Guys of St. Drafts. Alright. So he's not working on this axis, so we probably can take up Mutagenic Growth. Although, of course, it's the most broken of cards in our deck, but doesn't feel like the game for it. I definitely want to have Blighted Agents. Probably don't want to have Glistenile, so just they do have too many blockers and cannot rely on Distortion Strike. Then probably Spellsky is also not relevant anymore. Apostle's Blessing. Won't become immense because of the amount of disruption they play. Yeah, and spot removal really becomes awkward now. Because we're just drawing cards, yes. He might be taking Noble. Because he basically saves a couple of life points there. The thing is, the Sanctuary triggers anyway. So we're trading really nicely here. Alright, he's a little stuck on lands. Did I activate the right one? Good. So he might, of course, have just two things, but let's see. Shape of Sanctuary is such a pain in the ass for any deck that's relying on spot removal. It's really insane. Let's draw a card first. And then if he has this, actually, the thing is that Stubborn Denial, yeah, that's why I was thinking about it. We're being pressured with a Snap Custom Mage now. Interesting. Well, maybe he has a Temobel Rage or something like that. Alright. Yeah, he just puts himself dead to if we like he doesn't know any of these cards. So he doesn't have a lot going on. Probably play the Dryad Arbor. To have a blocker. To have a couple of blockers. Though, on the other hand, I mean, can we die next turn? Yeah, we probably can. Alright, now comes the Umagenga. If we just draw one singular copy of a good pump spell here, then we should be able to finish it. Though, of course, if he does have another way off. want to have one as a backup. And then next turn we attack with all 3. Or in that case 2. So it can go up to 5. We block the Gomaganga. Because we could just die to a Temobel Rage. Alright. So he needs to have 2 removal spells in hand and a Stubborn Denial as well. Let's have that resolve first. Alright. I do not think that we want to change anything. Spell Pierce feels like it's super good in the matchup. Shape of Sanctuary, of course, by itself, an awesome card. Dismember might actually not be what we're looking for, since we have very many evasive threats. But if not for this matchup, what would Dismember be for, right? Yeah, let's just run back. Probably taking the Blighted Agents. Problem is that we cannot really do a whole lot without having access to more mana. And as good as Minds of the Vastwood is, still requires us to put a card on the bottom, alright. To utilize a lot of our mana, which is a little annoying. I'm gonna fetch for Temple Garden here so that we can play Geist just in case it comes up. Because Geist would be a really good draw. Let's see if he has Gutshot in the sideboard. It's also nice that our attacks aren't actually affecting his size of the Death Shadow. Most of the time, at least. Right, so yeah, definitely gonna go with the Geist here. Because that will be problematic for him. If this resolves, we have next turn, like he actually needs to kill us instantly there. Because next turn we have 4 mana. We can kick Vines. I mean, he's blocking the Geist, obviously. Geist gets the trigger of Noble. And we could kill him with our Angel. We have 12 damage in hands, at least. Okay, let's get Stubborn Denial, apparently. That's fine, because we wouldn't have been able to use it anyway. Now we just have to hope that he doesn't have a Timobel Rage. Alright, not attacking. Therefore probably no Timobel Rage. Yeah, I mean, there is just no drawback in doing this. Seven. So maybe it didn't attack last turn because he didn't have lethal with the thing. I'm still pretty confident that we need to win through a Geist. Or with Geist. So Might of Old Crowser here next turn. And we still have Groundswell to pump it up. We're just gonna go with Enigma of Nexus here. I don't see, like, we're not gonna block anyway, like in any way or fashion. So we can also just get Enigma of hit. Alright, so he does have a Timobel Rage. And we are about to die here. cannot block. Otherwise we just lose. My double cross has 8. If he has a fail push or stubborn denial, this member doesn't help him, but fail push or stubborn denial. Both. He needs both, obviously. No, he doesn't need both. Actually, he only needs one of them. And we die on the swing back. Snapcaster Mage obviously also is sufficient. Just, yeah, get thrown under the bus here. This way though. We can block with the Ingmoth. Potentially. He's looking for this for a removal spell here. Maybe also for Bolt, because then Snapcast is also lethal. That's interesting. Okay, we get to block. We don't have a landfall trigger. I think we're pumping everything onto our Angel. Just relying on that one. Fail push or bust. Yes, guys, yes! Got there against Death Shadow. What the fuck? Man, it does feel good to be bad. Alright. Looks like a keep. Oh man. Infect. No. again. This is actually a little problematic here. Because they run a lot of field runes, and therefore our mana base gets fucked easily, and our Inkmoth Nexuses die. Nexuses. I still like. Whoops. No. Yeah, see, that's what I meant. But our Pendelhaven is too important. Alright, so sadly our Inkmoth Nexus isn't really doing a whole lot here with our spells. But blue-white tends to be somewhat clunky. Might just not be in his capability to disrupt us here. And we have lethal through at least one disruptive element here. Infect is just insane, guys. Infect is insane. Okay. So you need double path, yeah. Alright, this memo probably not the correct one here. Spells guide. And here I think actually Glisten Elf is better than Blighted Agent, because they don't have a whole lot of blockers. Shape of Sanctuary might still be good. Distortion Strike out. Spells Pierce in. Spells Guide, Spot Removal, probably not. And then just 2 relics to... We could also go Nature's Claim. Shape of Sanctuary. I think like one of these 2 Nature's Claims could be correct. Although, I mean Spreading Seas obviously, but like, so they're playing Surge's Counter as well. But if they ever tap out with Surge, then that's probably also gonna be it. Again, I think we're just gonna go with Noble Hierarch here first. We're basically gifting him a turn, but we need the mana to keep up spell spears here. Beautiful. Protecting our land here a little bit. Let's search for Skanza. Let's see, yeah, we have lethal. So search can resolve. Oh guys. Sadly that's our only white source, yeah, this like aside from a noble. So we're going mites. We don't even need to pump it with the other mites. We also have mutagenic growth, blossom. Well, maybe we should have blossoming defense first. I mean, he only has one open mana, but still. So yeah, I don't think it really matters. Like, there's not a singular spell that could save him here that I could think of. Oh man. Alright, off to the 4th round. Well, I can say this, as an Infect player, you definitely have a lot of free time between your rounds. Yeah, nobody can tell me that, you know, the decks become weak due to the printing of Fatal Push or something. This deck's just insane. Come on, opponents, apparently we're waiting for you. Beep. Oops. Opponents on a mulligan. The great thing is, our deck frequently looks like a Bond Company deck in the beginning, during the first turn. And I just fetched, like, I could have also, oh, Chunt. Chunt is not an easy matchup. Chunt definitely isn't an easy matchup. And there's no way to protect our Blighted Agent, both from a field push or a Lightning Bolt. Chunt actually probably one of the worst matchups that Infect does have. Sapus Sanctuary gonna be big here. Geists, Relics, something like that. I mean, he has to become immense, unless he wants to follow it up with a Tarmogoyf or something. Then he might also be thinking about this member. Yeah, I mean, we need to kill it. No way around it. Right, at least a little bit of protection here. Do we want to see if he throws Dark Confident under the bus? Yeah, probably we want to, right? Okay, he doesn't. So I think this is one of our only moments where we can really, deal significant amounts of damage here. Right. Yeah, great. Wouldn't have killed him yet, but now he actually needs to kill his own Dark Confident in order to do stuff. Like obviously last turn, like if we might have Old Crowser first, then he blocks, and if we Apostle's Blessing as well, then he could have the removal in response, and to which we just die like a fatal push. So I think it was still the correct line to not go all in at that point. Also, we couldn't anticipate that Dark Confident would flip a Bloodbraid Elf. He basically has to take the Apostle's Blessing, yeah. Now he's coming in with the Bloodbraid and hoping. That's a pretty risky play, though. Wife is a good one. We're just building up blockers, like, and hoping that he kills himself with the Dark Confident. Since we haven't dealt a single point of damage yet, Infect, I'm just abandoning that plan. Not gonna go with Infect anymore. Although Blighted Agent, of course, is one of the better cards to have in this matchup. But a Distortion Strike still will get us there. And we have 3 potential. Well, this one isn't lethal at all. Well, I mean, Become Immense, of course, makes it lethal. And another Might of Old Crowser also does it. So maybe we're not abandoning that plan yet. Not gonna block here. Wanna have both options open here. Since we know that he does have a mountain. Oh fuck, Liliana, the last hope. That's a decent one here. Alright, distortion strike to the following. Otherwise I just think we lose. Yeah, he's just gonna block both. Next turn we die. And now he's also pretty lucky with the hits there. Yeah, there's no way we went from this position. So I think post board I just want to have evasive threats. John really is somewhat difficult. So listen now. Gonna jump out. Distortion strike gonna stay in. Spell pierce. Now this one. I have 4 copies of this one. Second dismember. 2 shape sanctuaries. We also probably met the only John player that is online right now. Just making our top decks a little better. It's not a magnificent hand, but it is a keep, I believe. Just need 1 mana source. Oh. And of course he's taking it. The agent here right now. no, of course, we boarded our only one drop out. So we die next turn. Oh man, we drew the correct land. I need to chop block. But if he has a bolt, we die anyway, or Colligan's command. Maybe that key was, oh yeah, he has a land. Just text with Raging Ravine, alright. Maybe that was a little bit of a loose keep, but I don't think... Like, we can't have Dark Confidence stay alive, because then he'll just, you know, rip apart our hands. Yeah. I guess that's really not a good matchup. Laplacian. We know what he is on. I think he's playing the combo version of Countess Company. Therefore, he could be faster than us on the play here. We have Distortion Strike and one draw. Yeah, I think... It's a tough keep. It's a tough keep, definitely. But the Distortion Strike, I think, warrants us, and he's on a draw, on a mulligan. He thinks that we're on Grixis because we always play Grixis. Alright, has a good draw here. Alright. Blighted Agent makes it so that we have a turn 3 kill. No, turn 4. Unless we somehow get Become Immense going. Alright. man, he's gonna get punished. Like, if he's going for Countess Company here, then he is gonna get punished. I think we're gonna use Binds of Vastwood here, kicking, in order to play out the Become Immense next turn and have lethal then. I would expect him not to be on double path. Okay, we don't have a land drop this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. This costs 6. Is there any other way, without using Become Immense, to win this? So this is 5 as well. Okay, was just pretending there. So Spell Pierce is probably not the best card against a deck that features like 1000 mana dogs. Shape of Sanctuary also not the best. I think Spellskite and Apostle's Blessing and Distortion Strike are pretty good. And then the question remains, do we need Glistener Elf, or are we switching them out for... I think Grafdigger's Cage is for this matchup. Correct. Probably. I mean, he has Knight of the Reliquaries, but that's somewhere down the road, so maybe that's not even... And I think these matchups used to be horrible for Infect, because not only did they have a lot of blockers, but there was also Malira that they could court for. And that's of course not the case anymore. Therefore, the counters just stick. And I think his last hand, last turn, was actually... he was really fortunate to have a turn 2 Walking Ballista that he could have pumped out. But I think we're pretty reliant here on finding a Distortion Strike or an Apostle's Blessing. Can't imagine it to be something else, anything else. Bird, bird. Bird, 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 bird. Breeding pool is... Lead Agent, obviously a really good pickup here. Oh, does he have the turn 2 combo? Company or Court? Oh man. Yeah. Well, maybe we need the Spell Pierces after all. I don't know. Still depends on, like, we just wait for him to find a win condition here. Alright, yeah, that does it. Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is definitely like the most important card. I would like to have gut shots, I have to admit. I know. Spell Pierce, super awkward. Just to prevent an early combo here. We have everything of disruption that we need, but we're probably a little low on pressure. So I think no matter what, we're probably gonna dismember his first turn play. Or his second turn play, I guess. Obviously, I didn't want to run into a Path of Exile here because that's our only Infect creature. Alright. That's definitely gonna die. Life total is also not so important. And sadly, we cannot become immense yet. Can we become immense next turn? Yeah, and the next one we can become immense. Though that's still not sufficient unless we draw a mutagenic growth. Then that would actually be the case. Having a second copy of Devoted Druid here is unlucky for us. So I think we're preparing the next, like that we can kill him next turn, and definitely can do that. Giving up a spell pierce for a cord or something, or a company. Oh, come on, this can't be true. Yeah. Of course, he now has indefinite amounts of mana and can just. I mean, anything would have been okay. We killed a Devoted Druid. Yeah. Can't do it. And he even has a cord, but he also had that. Like, if he had to cord for this, then that would have been fine, but unreal. Alright, Infect still strong choice. Was a lot of fun to play. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good week, guys.